Scotsky looking for that damage, finds him on the Diablo. Diablo forced it back out as their health drops low. The Immortal now is at 25%.
Back down Yo on the Grey Man, gonna be the first to fall. But is it ETC? No, that's Malthael up there. A triple.
LaNe used in the back, catching 3 people on top of that, followed up by the APOC and the Lurking On, catching 2, but this time On is gonna be the first one.
Wow, did you see that mosh pit? 4-man mosh pit while on a conveyor belt. That was like a regular sushi.
There's the lead, catches him in the mud pit. Time trap does pop. Mosh pit goes out. Ruby's still in trouble. Pops to stay a while and listen, but it's not going to matter.
Here comes the Bloodlust on the backside, but he's doing it with Thunder. And then stunned. Oh my goodness. The combo.
Getting struck down, ETC getting killed. He becomes dog food for the Grey Man.
I didn't think they had a chance. I thought it was all over. We said all or nothing, and they got absolutely everything.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Wednesday. Nexus Gaming Series Season 11 Division B West. A couple of veteran NGS teams squaring off this evening. We've got the Division B kind of staple, shall we say, Division B West staple, sOaK eVeRy, currently having a fantastic season. Right in the driver's seats to be toward the top of the standings, currently sitting in second and just 1 point behind them. Randy Newman jumping up from Division C just a season ago and having a great season as well. So I expect this to be a really, really close matchup between these two teams. We do have our Game 1 set. We will be going to well, it should be Tomb of the Spider Queen, but I clicked on the wrong thing. So we're going to Tomb of the Spider Queen. You can see we have the Alterac Cursed Hollow bands for sOaK eVeRy, Dragonshire, and Braxis banned out for Randy Newman. And this was sOaK eVery's map choice. To go to Tomb of the Spider Queen. We have the R's, we have the countdown, and we are going to jump directly into the draft.
Of the Spider Queen.
Well, first of all, let me get rid of that capture cursor. That does not need to be here. Womp womp. Apologies in advance if we get any kind of weird snafus. I've been monkeying with my OBS stuff, so it's possible maybe something's not set up just how I want it to. First ban, Sonya coming out for Randy Newman. In Division B in particular, we've been seeing Sonya all over the place. She is Uther also heavily prioritized pretty much across all of pods toward the top of the win rates. Very flexible healer. Could also be a tank, part of that flexibility. Sonya may be the best generalist all around, kind of fits into any composition offlaner. And then an Anduin band coming out from Randy Newman. Tomb of the Spider Queen, of course. A 3-lane map, but one of the smaller ones. Rotations between top and mid tend to be pretty tight. If you can control that top area and disrupt the other team's rotations, as May is very good at, it's very helpful. So May Uther banned out from sOaK eVeRy, and Sonya Anduin, first rounds of bans, will not see those heroes here in game number 1. And then a first pick, Stukov, coming out for Randy Newman, showing their support hero early. Stukov can be very oppressive with the lurking arm. A lot of plays can be made with that. Also, the heroic, the flailing swipe, can be used for a disengage, so a little bit of a reset button there. 2 picks now for the side of sOaK eVeRy. It's going to be Sylvanas and the ever-annoying D.Va. Should have made a cup of coffee with my cast. I'm over here yawning, muting myself to yawn.
I'm not checking in.
So double support right off the bat for Randy Newman, and then Akira. I'm wondering if this is. I've seen some teams kind of messing with like a almost like a 3 bruiser double support thing. I wonder if we're going to see something really weird like that. Or if they're going to flex into something a little closer to standard. Certainly sOaK LaNe thinks that as they are continuing out the tank choke with the Johanna ban, and then Randy Newman coming out with the Diablo ban, so they don't really care about the tank choke. A lot of the top tanks off the board right now, ETC and a eVeRy still left, Muradin of course, Garrosh. That's kind of it. You don't see too much Stitches main tank, although that's certainly a possibility. Brightwing, and I imagine this is going to be the tank in it is, so it is going to be Garrosh. Now let's see what the Newmans come up with. Last 2 picks for Randy Newman is going to be Cho'Gall. So Anna, Cho'Gall, Stukov, Kira. Very interesting comp. No percentage damage from sOaK LaNe quite yet. They do have their last assassin spot open, so if they want to do something to try to chunk out that Cho'Gall, Tychus is available. They could, if they wanted to be really crazy, do like a eVeRy to cocoon it out. There's also Greymane for Cursed Bullet. And it is going to be the Tychus. Probably the most straightforward response to Cho'Gall. I will tip of the hat to Randy Newman there. They did not tip off the Cho'Gall at all. There were no bans that would lead you to believe that that's what they had on their mind. You know, sometimes you'll see a Leo ban or like an Anub ban or whatever, but this will be an interesting game to say the least. We are gearing up for game number 1 on Tomb of the Spider Queen. As I said, some OBS snafus there. I had to change some settings, but I didn't want to miss any of the beginning of Game 1, so I cut off the awesome NGS Season 11 intro, cut it a little bit short. But our blue team, sOaK LaNe, Kid on Garrosh, Strogus on Sylvanas, Tornado on D.Va, Foxspam on Brightwing, and DMN on Tychus. And one of the most fun team names to call out, the team of Randy Newman, featuring newly acquired Majesty Newman on Anna, Randy Newman on Stukov. The combination Cho'Gall is now Randwoman. And last but certainly not least, Nandy Ruman on the Kira. So double support Cho'Gall, a lot of pressure on the Cho'Gall players because so much of this comp is built around keeping that Cho'Gall up. So we will see how this game goes. Majesty with a nice sleep dart on the Gary. D.Va able to help in the rotations while Kira still has to be bottom, and it looks like sOaK LaNe, they're going to send people bottom to possibly catch. Yes, they are. They will catch the Kira. The Groundbreaker misses. The toss and the polymorph does not, and down goes the Kira. Real strong rotation. So it looks like they swapped out the solo lane D.Va. They're going to let her do her best to solo lane, while a comp with a Sylvan and Tychus is going to push in the bottom, get as much structure damage as possible. They get about half of a tower. Now they're continuing to finish off that tower. Kira has spawned. She is on her way back. But a little bit of an early game advantage here for sOaK LaNe. D.Va is doing a pretty good job of keeping up. But Cho'Gall try to get some damage in the top. Defense Matrix onto the Cho'Gall to minimize the structure damage. Tornado doing a pretty good job here of soaking and keeping Cho'Gall occupied. Giants have been secured with the Sylve. Now bottom tower will fall. Ana is here. Unfortunately for Kid, the minion ate the throw. Otherwise, Ana was going to be in a world of trouble. So this is a really great adjustment by sOaK every lane to let D.Va deal with the solo or the double rotations and just pressuring out the bottom lane. Finally, Randy Newman has to respond after losing their entire front wall in the bottom lane. Now sOaK every lane, they're rotating away, they're onto their giant camps, and Randy Newman playing a little bit of catch-up in the housekeeping department. So mid lane bruisers are secured for sOaK every lane. They are currently barreling down the mid lane with their spell armor should anybody choose to utilize it. D.Va back to the double sOaK. sOaK every lane back to the bottom, pressuring bottom again, putting a lot of damage into Kira. This time she is able to get away, but Stro just goes really deep. The Kira missed, and now Kira goes down. Bottom fort is going down and going down fast between a Tychus and the Sylve Black Arrows. First fort going to fall at the hands of sOaK every lane. They're looking very strong so far. D.Va operating as a sOaK bot in the top 2 lanes, while the rest of the 4-man really taking it to them bottom. sOaK every lane also now does have turn-in, so if they want to try to force that, it looks like that's what D.Va and Tychus are doing. And if D.Va finishes this turn-in, which it looks like she will, first turn-in will go over to sOaK every lane, so they're looking very, very strong. They've been controlling this map from the outset. They have turn-in, they have a level lead, and they have a Sylve to really pressure that turn-in as well. Webweaver's not here quite yet. sOaK every lane does not seem to mind. They are pushing in hard in this top lane. Cho'Gall really putting out some damage as he does. Cho'Gall also a late game hero, so maybe Randy Newman is feeling okay about this. They figure we just got to hang in there and get to the late game. Nice lurking arm to break up sOaK every lane there. One tower has fallen. Now working on the second tower, which is very close to falling. D.Va is pushing in the mid lane. They are ignoring bottom lane. There's the toss. There's the poly onto Cho'Gall. Really nice job of Randy Newman on the Stukov to put out the lurking arm and get the heal onto the Cho'Gall, but it may not matter. Top fort falling fast. There is the ground breaker, and there goes top fort. Mid fort fell to the D.Va push in the bottom lane. Now D.Va is joining her teammates. She does have the nuclear bomb. I wonder if she's going to try to throw it in there, but she is not. That is about as successful of a first objective as you're going to see on Tomb of the Spider Queen, clearing out 2 forts, and now only 5 minutes into the game, the structure advantage for sOaK every lane is really, really noticeable, especially for so early into the game, really taking advantage of Randy Newman's kind of light wave clear comp. Now they feel so confident that they're going to invade the Bruisers, and I think Randy Newman, they want to get in here. This is pre-10. This is the fight they want. There goes the D.Va bomb, kind of breaking everything up. Ana does go down. 10s are almost here. The fort, or the camp is not capped yet. Brightwing goes down, so healer for healer. But here are level 10s. Mind control onto Cho'Gall. They are standing in the spell armor is sOaK every lane. Ultimately, I think they did pay to their advantage. Tornado needs to be careful jumping out of that D.Va mech, though. Kira going in YOLO. If he gets taunted or thrown, he could be in trouble. Oh, no taunt. It's actually Warlord's Challenge. No, Decimate. I'm sorry, Decimate. So, heroics on board. sOaK every lane. We have the laser drill for Tychus. Is that micro missiles from D.Va? Decimate from Garrosh. Mind control from Sylvanas. And blink heal from Brightwing. Randy Newman TBD in the ulti department, as they are a little bit behind so far in this game. So let's see what happens when 10s roll around. Cho'Gall's trying to turn in. Are they going to catch him? They do. A blind shot by Tornado interrupting it. So nice job there. They do get the Decimate. They do get the throw. They do get the poly. Cho'Gall in trouble. Cho'Gall in trouble with 29 gems, and down he goes. A huge blow for the side of Randy Newman. The Cho'Gall going down with all those gems. Now Anna's in trouble. Decimated. Silva's on her. sOaK trying to save the day, but unable to. Does juke the mind control, but this is going to be a keep. Going and going fast. Less than 7 minutes and 30 seconds. First keep over to sOaK eVeRy, showing no problem whatsoever with the Cho'Gall, just basically kind of controlling what's going on here. But Heroics finally on board for Randy Newman, but they have a long road to go. We have, that's the Shattered Ground? No, Upheaval. I don't know what I was thinking, Shattered Ground. Upheaval, Nano Boost, of course, for Cho'Gall. Unrelenting Strikes. Oh, Sylv caught out and taken down. Unfortunately, I missed that. sOaK has not shown yet. And is that Twisting Nether? Yes, Twisting Nether for Gall. So an opportunity to turn in for Randy Newman here if they want it. D.Va is here to be annoying. Sleep Dart does catch the D.Va. I don't think it's going to matter, though. He can just queue into there, disrupt everything, and then run away, and that's exactly what D.Va does. One micro missiles to interrupt again. Now the bomb is up as well. Sylva's not here, though, so for the moment, this is a 5v4 in favor of Randy Newman. Health bars are going solo, and it is Brightwing and going down, closely followed by Tychus. There's the Upheaval pulling the Garrosh in. Spell Armor in favor of sOaK eVeRy, but it hasn't mattered yet, and now Cho'Gall is in trouble. Thrown under the fort, and down he goes. So what what initially looked like absolute disaster for sOaK eVeRy, they kind of took a fight when Sylv wasn't quite there yet. Turned into a 2-for-2 as Kid was able to make the play, tossing the Cho'Gall under fort. And now sOaK eVeRy looking for more. They do catch Kira. She is thrown, she is stunned, she is decimated twice, and down goes Kira. sOaK eVeRy now with their eyes set on this bottom keep with a Sylv and a man advantage. D.Va is pushing in the top. There are Giants pushing in mid. There's the Upheaval. It does catch the Sylv. Oh no. Mind control used defensively. Pulls the Cho'Gall in. Really nice lurking arm. But ultimately, Randy Newman forced to disengage using the flailing swipe as well. So sOaK eVeRy absolutely in control in this game. They're going to get another turn in here likely if they want it. I assume D.Va has the rest of the gems, does she? Yes, she does. And that's really going to put Randy Newman on the back foot. They simply don't have a lot of wave clear. They also don't have a lot of safe wave clear. They don't have that big AoE mage to nuke these waves. So that's going to be rough for him. Anna anchoring the bush. The Sleep Dart misses. Oh no, Cho'Gall, nice play by the Newmans on Cho'Gall. Definitely diving in there and saving Anna 100%. So great play by the Cho'Gall for the body peels there. But Web Weavers are arriving. sOaK eVeRy can really pick any lane to push. I think they want Randy Newman to show first before they decide. Now they're splitting into the D.Va top lane, the rest of the team in the bottom lane. Are they going to try to triple keep here? Being very conservative right now is sOaK eVeRy. They want the 16s, I would guess. Maybe they figure the Web Weavers will do it by themselves. They won't. But as soon as Randy Newman rotates away, sOaK eVeRy is just going to step up and kill this keep, and that is what they do. Bottom keep is down. Mid keep already down. Top keep is getting burned by the Web Weavers. There is Nano onto Cho'Gall, but he is polyed and he's being melted by the Tychus. The Molten Core Stasis may save him for the time being. Flailing Swipe keeping him up, and nobody goes down. But very little value out of that Nano because of the poly and the Tychus just melting Cho'Gall there, and then he is obliterated. They managed to hold him into the D.Va bomb. And I think this is going to be it here. Core going down, minions doing work, mind control onto Anna. She is able to run away. The Cho'Gall play, double support, did not quite work out there for Randy Newman. Game 1 going to sOaK eVeRy. So there is your stat screen for that game number 1. I don't know what the final time was. I think about 12 minutes or so, but a pretty quick game 1 victory. And sOaK Evury Lane they just never ever let go of that game. They made a really great early game adjustment to leave the diva to double sOaK and then push the bottom lane, and it seemed like Randy Newman was just on their back foot the rest of the game. Just could never quite wrap it up. So we're going to take a quick, probably about 90-second break or so while teams decide where we're going to go for game number 2, and we will be back for that shortly. All right, folks, we back for game number 2. We're going to be on Infernal Shrines. This is going to be the map choice of Randy Newman. So coming off the game 1 loss, they opted for map choice instead of first pick, and they chose kind of I would call it the standard of competitive maps nowadays. It's probably the most straightforward, the most commonly played, the most played, the one teams are most familiar with, and that's Infernal Shrines. It's really just a well-designed map overall, actually. So just waiting for a couple of the players to finish their R's, and we'll go in for game number 2. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going now into game number 2 draft.
Infernal Shrines.
So I have had the opportunity to watch and cast Randy Newman a couple times, and I don't think it's a stretch to say they try some creative things sometimes. They're a fun team. So maybe, maybe that didn't quite work out with what they were looking for in game 1. So I'm interested to see if they have something else a little different up their sleeve, another creative draft, or if they're going to go a little more standard here to try to force out a game 3. sOaK every lane going to ban out the aVeRy. Randy Newman going to ban out the Chromie. I love the Chromie ban. Her traps in the slowing sands control so much space on Infernal Shrines, especially in the objective fights. Uther ban coming out again for sOaK every lane. It's another game we're not going to see the uber flex tank that is Uther. And Sonya banned out once again by Randy Newman. So really want to keep that away from sOaK every lane. Different from game 1 is May is up this time and available. Not different from game 1, back-to-back first pick Stukovs. So both teams seeming to really prioritize that Stukov pick. I wonder if that was half a denial from sOaK every lane. And a first pick of Maya. That is not something you see a whole lot of, into a Kael'thas, who is excellent on Infernal Shrines. Two picks coming out now for sOaK every lane. And we'll stick with the Sylvanas and the D.Va, and you know, if it's not broken, don't fix it. Sylva's so good. So good at magnifying what the objective does on Infernal Shrines. We saw what the D.Va can do game 1, the bomb on the point. She's just annoying. Her kit is just annoying. More tank bans coming out. Diablo banned again. So are they going to leave May on the board? May was banned last game. Joe is still up, who excels on Shrines. It is going to be the Joe ban. So a few tanks still up. It's going to be Lucio and who? Lucio and who? And May. There's the May.
Worth fighting for.
I like that May skin too. Good May skin. So final two picks for sOaK every lane. They need a tank, obviously, and then they have their flex spot up. Going to be a Rainer and a Muradin. Kid does play a very good Muradin. I have had the opportunity to play opposite him in a few matches with sOaK every lane, and his Muradin's real good. I worry about Muradin does struggle to peel, and with the May and a Maya, I do have some concerns about that. But we'll see. Hogger coming out, last pick for Randy Newman. So solo assassin Kael'thas, very bruisery, very melee heavy comp. For Randy Newman, a lot of CC, the Lucio speed, and a little more of a straightforward comp from sOaK every lane. So let's see how this goes. Game 2, Division B West, between sOaK every lane and Randy Newman. right, team, we did it. We managed to actually play the intro video successfully this time, leading us right into game number 2. sOaK every lane, the blue team trying to pick up the 2-0 domination and get all 3 of these precious points in the standings. Randy Newman, hopefully we last 13 minutes this time. We have Kid on the Murd and Tornado back on the Diva. DMN13 on Raynor. Sturgis back on Sylvanas. And Foxman on Admiral Stukov. Their opponents, Randy Newman trying to force a game 3. We have Majesty Newman on Hogger. Randy Wooman on May. Randy Newman on Lucio. Randy on Maiev. And who did I miss? Majesty Newman is playing Hogger. Felt like I missed someone. Nandy Ruman on Kael'thas. That is who I missed. So the mid-bot rotations coming out for both sides. I really expect Randy Newman, frankly, to control these rotations with Lucio's speed and a CC for days between Maiev and May and Kael'thas. There's some scary rotation potential available for Randy Newman. Hogger bouncing around, doing his best to double soak. I really favor the early game for Randy Newman here in game 2, unlike game number 1. Both sides are jumping on their siege camps at about the same time. sOaK every lane just a smidgen ahead. Maiev forced to back up. Kid eating a little bit of fort damage. Hogger and Diva kind of offsetting each other, double soaking. Teams posturing around the bottom Merc camp, but no one really making a move on it. It looks like Randy Newman is thinking about it. They're hanging out in this bush. They're looking for the pick potential. Lucio does get caught. There's the blizzard to peel him, but the lurking arm is so close. Lucio skates away to safety. Both teams still trading some damage here a little bit. Now Randy Newman finally making a move onto this bottom camp. I think sOaK every lane knows they're down there, but that's with the May. They do go into the bush. The blizzard goes down. And now May is in trouble. She eats a silence. She eats a Stormbolt. Maiev used her stuff to try to ward them away, and she does go down. Sylv might pay the price for it, though. Gets pulled in. This camp has not gone to either side yet, but sOaK every lane successfully picking up... Whoa, sorry, I'm terrible at observing, obviously. Picking up the May kill and bullying them off of camp. Hogger did secure their own side. Maiev taking some poke. Alright. So Randy Newman probably going to want to deal with this camp before they go to objective. Maiev is left down here for that very reason. Both the rest of these teams are rotating toward the objective, which is now active in the top lane. Maiev is still stuck bottom, so Randy Newman will be a little bit late for this. Raynor's still mid though, so it's actually a 4v4. Kid putting the hurting on Lucio just a little bit. Raynor is now here, but Maiev is not. So numbers in favor of sOaK every lane. Maiev did go back to the Hall of Storms and is now working her way here, but Hogger, Majesty Newman in a lot of trouble trying to run for his life, but it will not matter. Diva Bomb to reset everything, drive Randy Newman back. And unless they win a 5v4, this first objective very likely to go over to sOaK every lane. But Randy Newman not giving up on it quite yet. They're willing to fight this 5v4. May taking a lot of damage again, eating that lurking arm again. Fox spam really on point with those AoE silences. 37 Shrine Monkeys, 38, 39, 40 over to sOaK every lane. First objective has been secured. Maiev is in trouble. Diva come and be annoying, as is the lurking arm, and down goes Maiev. Maybe a counter kill on the Murd, and no. Just kidding. John Cena was going the wrong way there for a minute. I don't know if you guys saw that. It took a little detour. Mortar Punisher pushing in the top lane. Randy Newman going to do their best to burn it down. With the Sylve here, though, here comes sOaK every lane. They have not shut down the fort yet. There's Maya right on to Kael'thas, though. Driving away Randy Newman one more time. They're fighting with a fort behind them, so they need to be careful. There's the tether and the damage. Raynor pulled back. John Cena's probably going to jump here in a moment. I feel like he hasn't jumped quite yet. There he goes. Catches all 4 members of Randy Newman, and Lucio goes down, as does the fort. So didn't kind of lost track of John Cena's jumps there, and he actually hit a quad stun and killed poor Lucio. Invade coming over here by sOaK every lane. They tried to ward them away to give him time to finish, but not to be the case. And another camp stolen. On the verge of level 10 as well, with about a half a level lead here is sOaK every lane. 4 unanswered kills here in the early going. Level 10s are here. This is going to be Hyperion, Micro Missiles again, Avatar for Muradin, Mind Control once more for Sylvanas, and Flailing Swipe for sTookov. Bottom Giants, Siege Camp secured by sOaK every lane. Oh, what a great Lurking Arm Mind Control combo. Almost catches Mei, but she is able to ice skate her way to safety, but that was a pretty close thing. We have Warden's Cage, we have Porticle, yes, Porticle for Hogger, Ice Wall for me, the playmaker that is Ice Wall, Phoenix, and High Five. The side of Randy Newman here, they've got, if you get the Ice Wall, Blizzard into the Warden's Cage, Phoenix, and then all of Kael'thas' other AoE stuff, that's really what you're looking for there. So you have the Ice Wall, set everything else up. There's the tether. They pull in Muradin. He is hanging in there. The silence to help him out a little bit. Kind of both sides front line putting pressure on the back line, but nobody able to actually finish the kill. And nobody pressed their big R buttons either. So teams were not fully committed to that little skirmish there, it did not seem like. Oh, we have some action in the bottom lane. Oh, it's D.Va. I don't know why. If it's D.Va, I know nothing's going to happen there. She just presses the button and runs the other direction. Tornado has been just really on point with D.Va play, honestly. First game and now so far this game. Disrupting rotations, being annoying, and has the bomb ready to go for objective. sOaK every lane has invaded. D.Va buying time, where you saw where she dismounted them all a moment ago. Maybe not enough though. Silence on top of that. Kid is forced to leap out. This is an Ice Wall waiting to happen. There's the Warden's Cage. There's the Kael'thas. There's the Ice Wall blocking Muradin in, and down he goes. Now with the Lucio speed and the Mei slows, sTookov is in trouble. He is booped. They are still running him down, but Sylvanas peeling with damage, getting that Lucio out of there. In the end, it does not matter. They are able to run down sTookov. So best moment of the set so far for Randy Newman, picking up 2 unanswered kills and defending their own Merc camp. Meanwhile, bottom lane, sOaK every lane, a real nice, savvy veteran team, knows they can't contest objectives, so they simply get value somewhere else. D.Va and Raynor pushing into the bottom lane, getting some structure damage. Here comes Randy Newman, though. If they overstay, no, Raynor smelled the rotation coming. Really good heads up. D.Va doesn't care. She just does that. Maybe? Do they catch her? Tornado, look at the patience and the discipline on Tornado, just being aggravating. And then they, more importantly, they pulled them off of objective, and sOaK every lane now has 13 advantage. They do catch the Muradin again, maybe not the target they want. He is pulled in. War passes to safety. Phoenix going out 31, 36, and they do manage to secure second objective of the game. Frozen Punisher over for Randy Newman.
Summon the Frozen Punisher.
So Hogger in the top lane, D.Va in the bottom lane, everybody else here in the mid lane. John Cena jumps on the Muradin, eats it as a good thing should, then walks away. Maiev threatening with a teleport in the pool, but does not pull the trigger. Front wall goes down. Rest of the team of Randy Newman is now joining John Cena, pushing hard in this mid lane. Building is shut down. sOaK every lane needs to be careful. John Cena is going to jump again, and there he does. The Blizzard is right on top of it. Kid is able to barely dwarf toss away, but the Warden's Cage and the Ice Wall on the other side, holding sOaK every lane in here. A lot of health bars are going low, but nobody has died quite yet. I stand corrected. Raynor, the first one to go down. And that's Sylvanas actually caught out by Hogger too. I missed that, but Majesty Newman running down the Sylvanas on Hogger. Now, this game, levels 1 through 10, was all sOaK every lane, but ever since level 10s hit and those heroics came online, it has been all Randy Newman, Tornado, just controlling these lanes, being so annoying, waiting, look how long he waits to press the Q button, and Lucio's not going to be able to do anything on it. He just stays patient and gets away when he needs to. I mean, I think if this goes to a game 3, I think if you're Randy Newman, you maybe have to consider a D.Va ban? Possibly? Mayhaps? Speaking of D.Va, is going to try to catch Hogger here. If they catch him and dismounted, they could get him. Everybody is here. There is the Booger. Does not catch him. He is able to use his Tasmanian Devil and just spin away to safety. So this game right now is very even. Slight structure advantage for sOaK every lane, but the kills are even, the levels are even. Muradin and Sylph coming in on the flank, and that's a great ice wall. If they can lock down Muradin, Blizzard maybe a hair late, and it was. Didn't quite time the Blizzard right with the ice wall. Muradin able to dwarf toss to safety. D.Va now done pushing in the top lane. Going to go clear up mid lane while the rest of sOaK every lane defends bottom. 16s have arrived for both teams. D.Va continuing to be annoying. There goes the dwarf toss. Stormbolt lands onto Mei. Mind control onto Mei too. She does have her trait. Silence is underneath it, and Mei is in a world of trouble. Down she grows. Great execution by sOaK every lane. The mind control combined with the Stukov and then the D.Va bomb to just ward out the rest of the team. Brawling continues, though still very, very low. Raynor eats a gravity lapse and all other kinds of buttons to pull as well, but Kid is right in there doing his best to defend his team. There goes Maiev in there to teleport multiple wardens to avoid taking damage. Living Bomb is spreading all over sOaK every lane, but the Lurking Arm takes down the Kael'thas. Fox Spam holding his ground and getting that ability right to where it needed to go. Mind control again on the Hogger. Maybe not the ideal target. This time Lurking Arm was a smidgen late. Majesty Newman was able to spin away to safety. So 2 unanswered kills there for sOaK every lane to try to wrestle control of this game back. Both sides jumping onto their respective top camps. D.Va, though, has this lane shoved up so far. I think that lane is going to be more of a problem for Randy Newman than it will be for sOaK every lane. And Hogger is still working on that. They're fishing for somebody. Great vault by Maiev to juke the Stormbolt. However, D.Va is looking for something. Mind control goes out and it is missed. So this is a big time opportunity here for Randy Newman. 2 heroics down for the side of sOaK every lane. So this is your chance to get in there and wreak some havoc. If you're Randy Newman, that is what they're trying. Ice Wall does catch one, making this a 5v4, but it doesn't matter. Kael'thas goes down first. D.Va in the back, absolutely causing trouble. Randy Newman running for their life. Stormbolt missed. Mei using her trait. Warden's Cage used defensively. 2 members go down, make it 3 for Randy Newman. Maybe 4, yes. That is 4 for naught. In favor of sOaK every lane, despite being down 2 heroics to start that fight up. Now they are in a great spot. They have like 20 seconds where they can basically do whatever they want. They have a Kata, they have a Wave, they have Sylvanas, they have Raynor. This keep is very likely going to go down. Meanwhile, top lane, Lucio not exactly a wave clear machine, but doing his best to keep this Kata and this camp at bay, but it is going to take him an eternity to clear this out. bottom lane has gone down, and now this is trouble time for Randy Newman. This objective is going to push in the bottom lane, where that keep has already been destroyed. sOaK Every Lane showing very nice awareness. They're going to also get 2 camps as well. So mid camp is really just going to stabilize that mid lane, which is actually pushed in favor of Randy Newman. But the bottom camp, this is going to push with the boss. So the question for sOaK Every Lane, do they try to force an end here? And if you're Randy Newman, you really want to bait this boss toward mid keep. Yeah, right where they are now. You don't want to fight it out here. You actually want to pull it kind of where Kael'thas is now. Has not jumped yet. You want to be very careful on that jump. Kid is hugging around. There's a nice ball. Ice Wall only catches Raynor. D.Va Bomb goes out. D.Va in trouble. Tornado goes down on the D.Va. First time we've seen that go down, but a counter kill onto the Mei. Shields dropping fast. Brawls all over. Randy Newman doing anything and everything they can to keep this game going. Maiev goes down. Core going down as well. And that is going to be a 2-0 domination for sOaK Every Lane, putting themselves in the driver's seat to try to lock up the top seed in Division B West. So a short but sweet set for you tonight. sOaK Every Lane looking really, really strong with just a fantastic showing in both of these games. Normally I would do an interview, but I'm not going to lie, I'm a little bit exhausted. So I'm cutting it a little bit short. Apologies to sOaK Every Lane, and congratulations on the domination. There are the talents for those of you interested in such things. Thanks so much for hanging out, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your NGS week and have a fantastic weekend. And I'll be back sometime next week for our cast. Thanks again.